What's up, guys? I'm Christian from Ludosonics, our new name. I don't think we had that last time just yet.
That's right. We came up with Ludosonics, or he did for the most part.
And this is?
And I'm Tyler Sampson. We are Ludosonics, as he said, and this is our gaming fanfare.
Yeah, our gaming fanfare. And today we will be talking about Kingdom Hearts. I'm going to focus more on the original Kingdom Hearts because a lot of the concepts that we're going to talk about just kind of carry throughout the series. And my nostalgia for Kingdom Hearts is, it knows no bounds.
Right.
So basically, the thing that I tell everybody, which seems unbelievable, but I still kind of have this very strong feeling that this actually did happen. Could be bullshit, but I swear this is true, and I'm actually going to say it now and not just keep leaving you hanging. So, a week before I found out Kingdom Hearts was a thing, I looked at my sister and I said, you know what would be awesome? If a video game combined my two favorite things in the whole world. I'm a Disney fanatic. You know, my parents took me to Disney World all the time when I was a kid, East Coaster at heart. And Final Fantasy, which became my obsession later on in life as well.
Yeah.
And a week later, I shit you not, I saw the Kingdom Hearts trailer, and I was like, Tori! Oh! Holy fuck! It's happening! I might have actually said holy fuck too. That might have been my first moment of cussing.
Oh, yeah?
Just from pure joy.
Yeah.
See, it's not from anger, usually, for me.
Yeah. Big Final Fantasy fan myself, obviously. You guys listen to the other stuff, we always bring it up. Disney I was okay with. You know, I was a fan of Mulan, I was a fan of other things, but it was never really my thing. So when this came out, I didn't really care that much. I played it once, and I maybe got through like half of the first game before I gave up. And I didn't start playing it actually seriously until I picked up the collection on PS4. So I'm going through it now, but...
Do you have 1.5 and 2.5?
Yeah.
That whole shebang?
Yeah, I got 1.5, 2.5 together. So I
What
just played through the first 3, and now I'm in the middle of 2 and trying to get through it. But, the game's cool. The story's all weird and Final Fantasy-like and kind of twisted
Except,
and confusing.
Except unlike Final Fantasy, when we're done the game, we don't have closure for 15 years.
No, apparently not.
Supposedly, you know what? But you know what? This is why this is topical. We got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out.
Yes,
Next year.
Next year.
God willing.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, if it's anything like Final Fantasy's release window was, it's just going to get pushed back until November.
I mean, we have a specific date for the end of January, so I'm feeling good about it. And basically, I think they've licensed everything they need to do. I think the game's done, quite frankly, probably.
I think they realized with Final Fantasy 15 that they can't, count their chickens before they hatch.
Right.
So they probably made sure that this is ready to go before they announced that.
Yes, I sure hope so, because I thought of this quote the other day where I was thinking how Kingdom Hearts 3 is like the Chinese democracy of video games. And hopefully, when it comes out, it doesn't actually suck like Chinese democracy.
Yeah,
did.
no shit.
The expectation that's been built up. And see, no, I'm already going to go on a tangent about one of the things I already hate about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Is it the fact that their trailers all suck?
The trailers do all suck because it's basically been the same trailer for 7 years now. I don't remember how long it's been since I saw the first one.
Also, they've been doing this weird thing where they don't have any sound effects; they just have music and voice acting.
Yeah.
And it's always weird and awkward.
But speaking of the music, I cannot fucking stand. What is it? Don't Think Twice.
Oh, is that the new theme?
The new theme by Utada Hikaru, who I love. Simple and Clean and Sanctuary, but this song is like you're ending the series with something that's primarily acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
After having these intense things, I don't understand it.
Yeah, it does seem kind of weird, especially when you have what is the name of the song?
Don't Think Twice.
No, the first ones like
Simple and Clean, and then Sanctuary,
and then Sanctuary, and how those games are really upbeat and intense, and then this one it's a nice song, and I like this song, but
sure.
Usually when you get to the finale, that's when the build-up starts happening, and then it becomes more intense, and it's more of like a climactic ending, right? So you want to have that climactic opening to the game, right?
I mean, I wasn't expecting Otherworld from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. But
No, I just wanted something like that could actually satisfy me.
yeah,
and
you
not-
want to get hyped up for the game.
Yeah, and I just listened to this and I was just like, why am I depressed? That's not what I want from this game.
Yeah.
I want to feel like we can share our hearts with the world.
Yeah, true. But I gotta say, I'm excited to see this and how different it's going to be, because so far all my experiences with Kingdom Hearts have been in the same 5-6 worlds, and I'm getting really sick of the sea, of Halloween Town, and all these other places that have been in the same games, just like constantly recycled. I'm excited to check out Toy Story, check out Frozen,
That's gonna be fucking
check
good.
out all these other places that they've announced. Tangled, never watched it, but it's a new world, so I'm excited to kind of check out these new worlds and stuff.
And there's probably going to be a new, like, world that has nothing to do with Disney. We're going to have, like, a new Hollow Bastion, Traverse Town, something like that. There's going to be a new location, and I always love those new locations that find the happy medium between Disney aesthetics and Final Fantasy aesthetics, or just the basic, Square Enix aesthetics.
I wonder if they're going to have any new Final Fantasy characters in it. Or
Probably.
if they're just going to stick to the same, core that you get in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was, when they brought the Gullwings? Is that right? From Final Fantasy X-2?
I don't really play that game.
I think it's the Gullwings.
Oh, the Gullwings,
yes.
Sid's group, right?
No, I think that's the name of the of Yuna, Pain, and Riku.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna be really stupid. And my sister is actually
I was thinking of Riku's cousin, like that whole group.
my sister is at a cosplaying event right now. Okay, I was right. It's the Gullwings. She was gonna be super mad because she's dressed up as one of them right now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that was an interesting thing with the whole Gullwings thing, and they brought them in to Kingdom Hearts 2, except they were fairies, so they were like this, yay big compared to Sora, and it just makes no sense. So as long as they don't do that fucking nonsense, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Because that was just dumb on like a billion levels. I feel like we've just been shitting on Kingdom Hearts, despite showing the love for it. So let me get into, because this is quite possibly.
It's like any other. It's one of those games that has a lot wrong with it, but also equally a lot of good with it.
I'm just gonna say it. Gamers are very glass half empty. Kingdom Hearts 3 proved me wrong. We shall see. But I will say, when I saw this trailer, I was like, it's too good to be true.
Yeah, they're gonna mess it up somehow.
But I buy the game the day it comes out. I think this is the first time I ever did this. And then I throw the game in there. And then what is the first thing that you hear in Kingdom Hearts? You're in the menu. You know what game's going to be good when the menu music makes you cry and weep
simple,
from
just
happiness.
Just a beautiful piano song. And there's not a lot of games that do that. It's usually the JRPGs who do something like that. But yeah, the opening song on this, the Dearly Beloved is what it's called. Just beautiful. So let's go ahead and take a listen to it and and just talk about it and just
So
straight up.
Yeah. So this is the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here is the madness of what Dearly Beloved is. It is a perfectly conceived loop of music, and what it's doing is literally just 8 measures of music. You could call it 4 measures depending on what you're counting as the actual beat, but the piece is in Lydian, which gives it this. I think hearing this song is probably one of the most influential moments of my life, because basically what you hear the first chord, according to the sheet music I took a look at the other day. In fact, no, it's right, because I played along with it, is where we start with an A-flat major chord. And then that A-flat major chord goes to B-flat major. So if you're thinking in terms of
1 to a 7?
No, if you're thinking in terms of Roman numerals, you go from a 1 to a 2. But you typically, the 2 chord in our common practice sensibility, it's the 2 chord's usually minor. But she throws in this B-flat major. So whenever you start a piece of music with, which I've discovered I do in my entire album that I'm working on right now. Thank you, Yoko. Yeah. So what I love about that is that it just exudes this happiness. Lydian is quite possibly what people call some of the brightest mode to write music in. And so then what's beautiful is that it next goes, so you got the 1 chord, then you got the 2 chord, then for the next two measures, or the four measures, however you're conceiving it, the second half of this loop, it's just the 5 chord. But here's what's fascinating about the 5 chord. Typically, when you hear the 5 chord, you want to hear
The resolution coming after it.
the resolution, exactly. And typically that's because the resolution comes from a dominant 7 sound.
Right, it's
So
from the leading tone going up to the
the
tonic.
leading tone. And typically you have the flat 7,
Mhm.
right? In Lydian, on the 5 chord, you don't have that anymore. So
Okay.
this is an E flat major 7 chord that's being played.
Okay.
And so it doesn't have this sound like it needs to go back to A flat.
Mm.
So that gives it the open-ended quality that never feels like the loop is actually finishing.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't have that completion, and it's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. I mean, if you want to challenge yourself, write 8 measures or 4 measures of music that you can put on loop for a whole day and make sure it's not boring.
Right. Yeah. No kidding.
Because I've listened to this for a whole day and it's not gotten boring.
No. I mean, that's the same with that P3P opening that I showed you earlier. It's the opening song from the Persona 3 portable game. The menu, it's very similar to this. It's just piano, and it has the same quality to it, where it's just a loop, and I would fall asleep to that. I would put it on my Vita and set it next to my bed, and I would just fall asleep to it. And it's just one of those same songs that loops and constantly looping, and it doesn't get boring.
Yeah. So this is an iconic piece of music, just for the series, you know. So we've gotten so many different versions of it. So even in Kingdom Hearts 2, we get what I like to call the advanced budget version of the song. So we get full orchestral now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like it's samplers. Like, this was recorded for real. They went all out with this. And so we start with some harp at the beginning, and then some, glockenspiel.
Yep.
So we have a much more intense intro to this basic idea now. And then the cello with I believe, English horn. I kind of missed it there. Before we get into the standard loop.
Mm-hmm.
So now
But
we
it's still got the underlying violin on it.
So when you hear this extended with the loop, it starts with the intro when you open the game. So as things are still kind of like becoming like not dark, how some the screen changes and you see it. So then you get the intro and then the loop just loops from there and you don't hear the intro again, as far as I recall. And so this is we're seeing like an increase in audio integration.
Different dynamics too.
Yeah.
It's a lot more of a delicate touch on the keyboard, on the piano.
And it grows.
Yeah.
And so the melody, we get a counter melody now, which is the best part.
Mm-hmm.
You have, is that oboe? It's one of those.
Yeah, I think it's
one
an
of
oboe.
those things. This is really sad for me. How can I not hear it? Yes.
Yeah, that's oboe right there,
So
for sure.
the oboe counter melody just already adds to this piece of music. So this, I call, this piece of music is about as iconic now as the Final Fantasy Prelude.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what this is.
Yeah, it is. It's
the prelude for our whole series here. And so because of this, we've gotten so many different ways of hearing Dearly Beloved. And from a game that I'll admit I've never even played, my favorite version of this is from Kingdom Hearts X, which is, or Chi. Someone's going to yell at me for saying that wrong, but it's okay. It's got this chibi art style to it.
fucking Square Enix can't choose a normal game title.
Yeah, we've had
356 divided by 2 days. Thanks, Square.
You know what it is? Because this is a variable, that's a number. They've just slowly been giving us an equation. And I bet that equation is I bet that equation actually could have told us when the Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to come out.
Yeah.
No one solved it, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, so we have this really playful version right here from Kingdom Hearts X. And to match this chibi art style, it is incredibly playful. And the reason I discovered this is because I actually had to... we actually want to start there because, the intro is long and kind of long-winded.
All right.
So that's
and
why
I just got to know to put it at 4:54 seconds when we start it.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, that's good. You made a literal note for yourself in the audio.
Yeah. Which I will edit out.
You don't have to. It's fine. So here we already have a more percussive instrument supplying this, and it's actually in a tempo now rather than being rubato.
Yeah. It's a much higher tempo, and it's got it's a lot more
faster.
jaunty.
Yeah. So it's already a pretty uplifting song, but it's uplifting in a different way now, where you can actually kind of nod your head up and down to it.
Yeah, it's weird. It still has that kind of melancholic melody to it, but it's at a jaunty. But it's with what is that, xylophone kind of?
Yeah,
it's a lot more jaunty with that xylophone sound to it. So it gives it this playful, childlike version of this kind of melancholic song,
which I don't think was done. I'm pretty sure that this was not done by Yoko Shimomura. So
probably
I think
not. It's probably
so. What I love is what I actually kind of love seeing is how certain composers can take a piece of music and just run with it. Something that's already existed, like the different versions of the Chocobo theme we've had.
Right, yeah.
Without
we still
Uematsu.
Yeah.
And I've loved every single one I've heard since then.
Yeah, they've all been very good, because they're all in their respective styles. So 12's has that very much that Hitoshi Sakimoto feel to it.
Yeah.
And then 13's got the Masashi feel to it. 15 definitely has that Yoko feel to it. So,
which is good because I think Nobuo was kind of running out of ideas.
He was
on how to make it interesting. Like even in Final Fantasy VII, he's like, "Shit, I'll change the time signature." Like, well, why not?
Yeah, I'm sure he was. 10 marked the time where he actually started bringing in a couple of other musicians to help him with the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just him. It was Masashi Hamauzu who went to do 13, and I think I don't know who the other one was. It could have been. The guy who did Chrono Trigger, it might have been him, but I don't know. But yeah, it was two other composers that came and helped him with 10. So I think he was starting to feel the burnout with that game, which of course led to getting other musicians in. And although a lot of people didn't really find that to be good, I love that because it gave each game its own unique feel, and the music's always been good.
Yeah.
People give 13 shit, but the one thing they don't touch is the music because everybody knows the music is great in that game.
Yeah, no, I love the battle theme in that.
Oh.
I hate that game. But see, this is real nice because...
Back to Kingdom Hearts.
Well, no, this is fine. Talking about Final Fantasy at least fits right now. So
it fits better talking about it here than it did in The Last of Us.
But this is nice because we're actually going to talk about battle music in this game a little bit. But before we do that, let's talk about Simple and Clean specifically.
Yes.
So, in Simple and Clean, and the song's actual name is Hikari, this song existed before the game came out. So we have the two versions, basically. There's the original version, and then there's a remix that's heard in, and you're going to need to get this from the opening intro cutscene for this audio.
Do you want to start in there or all the way back?
We'll start it right here.
Okay.
They're both about like a minute in. 52. I think you'll be good.
Okay.
So Sora is falling into this water. This is like when you start the game after hearing Dearly Beloved.
Yeah, this is the opening
cutscene. My mind was like, what?
It's not quite Liberty Fatale, but it's good.
It's in terms of opening music, this is my favorite intro ever.
Yeah.
Liberty Fatale is pretty fucking awesome, but this is just ultimate nostalgia for me. Holy shit. It makes no sense, though. This is my problem with this song.
Yeah, this whole intro is really... It's more of like a metaphorical understanding of what's happening in the game.
A metaphor for getting lost. A metaphor for getting constantly lost.
And feel like you're left behind by everybody.
Yeah. And you can't reach your friends. But even still, like, the lyrics make no sense compared to this. And maybe they do.
I've never listened to the lyrics.
I know. Exactly. I think that's what they're going for. That's true. They should have just honestly put this in the Japanese version still.
Yeah,
I probably would have been okay with it.
This was before they would have done that. This was definitely back in the time where we still cared about translation. Like now we can get games and it's okay to have them with the Japanese audio and English subtitles. But back then, nah, man. You needed it to be in English and it needed to have the English translated music. You see that in anime from back in that time too. All the anime would have their songs translated into English and they would always be inferior to the originals because it was sung by someone who was just kind of there. So
I will say the hook for this song, When You Walk Away, You Don't Hear Me Say, Please, Oh Baby, Don't Go. Simple and Clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. It's really about being lost. That whole entire game is where you're trying to find somebody. Like in Kingdom Hearts 2, you don't even we even find Mickey at that point.
Yeah.
So it's like no one's lost, but that's the whole
Isn't it
concept
more
of the
about
first game.
The other Sora, I keep forgetting his name.
Roxas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems to be, at least from where I'm at in the game, it seems more about trying to figure out where
Yeah, that
he
game
is.
has too many people. The first game is I hope you like Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Yeah.
Because that's basically it for the whole game, and whatever cast characters and guest people add to that.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I think what's interesting about that change in remix. So that's not the original version of the song. So we actually have a faster version there. So I think that faster version gives a sense of urgency that's pretty critical. Right?
Yeah. So do we want to listen to the original one?
Yeah, let's
because you
listen to
only
the
showed us so far. You've only showed us the.
Did I even bring that up?
Yeah, it's right there.
I did. So this version's interesting. This actually has I made a little note. I personally enjoy this version better.
Yeah, it feels more J-pop.
Yeah. So this is slower, and we actually get what might be my favorite meme of all time. There's a meme of that comes from a Snoop Dogg music video, or a music video that Snoop Dogg was in. And the caption says, when... I hope, if we can find this, we need to put this in the video, because it's fucking hilarious.
It's you and me in the future.
It has Snoop Dogg dancing, and then the caption says, when you turn on your PS2 and it actually works for once.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then he's dancing, and then this song comes on, because this is, when you think of the PlayStation 2, this is what I think about.
Okay, yeah.
For me. Which is why having it on Xbox is blasphemous, but I'm okay with it. If it gets them more money so that they can make shit faster for once, I'm all about that.
Yeah, you think Square wouldn't have a problem with that, being the monolith they are.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they need to figure things out, man, because Final Fantasy 15 took 10 years to make. This is taking almost just as long. Final Fantasy 7 was announced way too early.
You know what the problem was, though? It's not even a problem, is that they turned their efforts to publishing more. So we got, more games like Deus Ex.
Pretty good game.
Love those games.
Oh, yeah.
Human Revolution.
Yes, the Tomb Raider games.
Yeah, all that. So now they're just because they bought Eidos. Yeah. So just that whole thing, now they're doing all the publishing. But I think recently they've been getting really back to their roots of let's make these anime-driven games.
Yeah. The only problem is it's kind of taken them a little bit to try to get back into their groove. They're trying, and it's just it's a little bit, of a 2-step forward, one step back. Yeah. So hopefully we'll be seeing something about Final Fantasy VII soon, because that's going to be a topic on when that happens.
Boy, that's dangerous. I don't think there's a bad piece of music in that game, but that's just me.
No, but at the same time, we can also bring up the Distant Worlds and talk about the orchestration of the new soundtrack. Yeah. So anyway, back to the
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So Traverse Town. This is the first world you go to after Destiny Islands, which also has great music. But I want to take root at this idea of Traverse Town and how it's so perfectly Disney, musically and just having that innocence,
a little bit of a jazz swing to it.
Yeah, just the amount of genres in this game is unreal, because we have in Destiny Islands you kind of have this tropical music, which is always good, makes sense.
Yeah. Now my question is, the Disney songs, did Shimomura kind of remix them, or were they straight out from the movies?
Oh, we'll get into that.
Okay.
Don't you worry. We will talk about that. Because there's a whole aspect of how that inspired battle music in this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a nice piece of music to be walking around the town.
You get it's very slow. You get this saxophone lead melody. Kind of harkens back to an old style of, when you go to Traverse Town, it almost sometimes has the kind of look that Cuphead has.
Oh yeah.
Where it's really emulating this classic 50s style of Disney. So to better emulate that, just like Cuphead had jazz, this is the jazz that kind of emulates a peaceful town, mostly peaceful.
Yeah, almost like a dive bar version of jazz, rather than the dance bar. You got the chill jazz where you just go and have a couple drinks at like the Martini Lounge or something.
Yeah, and you just have this ride cymbal just in the back. That's the only percussion.
Yeah.
And you just got piano. These nice chamber settings. I think what's really beautiful about these musical moments is that it shows a lack of budget again, in terms of what she could use to write her music.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of orchestral music in here, but I think just for her own sanity, there's a lot of chamber settings.
If you've looked at the soundtrack listing, there are a lot of songs in this game.
Yeah, no, it's
the soundtrack itself lasts over an hour and almost 2 hours. So there's well over 2 hours of music that was created for this game. Like, that's a lot of music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can imagine that taking different approaches, having some orchestral and some just simple piano, and anything in between to kind of make it easier, but also fit the mood. Because Traverse Town isn't supposed to be this like crazy hub. It's more of a chill thing while you wait until you move on to the next area with your gummy ship. So I really dig that song. It really works for the place that you're in.
Oh my god, the gummy ship. Every time I turn on that
How
game
about
again,
that mini game?
I keep forgetting that the gummy ship existed. And it makes me wonder why they're bringing it back.
They are?
Yeah.
Are they actually bringing back like the traversal part of it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because people love that in the first game.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Man, fucking side quests are the best. No, you know what? It's still better than what they made us do in Dream Drop Distance, which is that was like an acid trip where you were dropping into a dream, right? So they just kind of like have you free falling. You played either Sora or Riku in this game, and you're free falling, and it's kind of like the gummy ship thing, except it's just weird ways of. I just want to click the button and go to the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to do that. Like
it's just funny. Like Kingdom Hearts, you think about it, it's like, oh, it's Final Fantasy and Disney. How weird can it get? Well.
Yeah.
Oh man, this game is strange.
But I mean, I personally like the gummy ship, and I actually spent a lot of time upgrading my ship. I was one of those guys.
Wow, no, well, to be fair though, when I was playing this game, it was basically to get through it, just so I can experience these games, because I have a lot of games to get through. Mm-hmm. I can't spend hours just kind of dicking around. I gotta get through this stuff. So the gummy ship for me, it was just like I need to upgrade it in order to get to where I need to go. That's about it.
Yeah. The one problem was that it wasn't challenging.
Yeah.
You just could kind of like stay in one area and hold the shooting button down and you'd be fine.
Yeah. But no, it wasn't challenging. I think I died maybe twice in that whole game. Yeah. And I barely even touched the upgrade system.
But anyways, so again, we still love this game. We're saying all these really weird things. But it's such a little thing on such a perfect like game.
Yeah.
I can't get over how much I love this game. So basically, again, I
still played through the game in a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, that says something.
Yeah.
I beat the first one in like a week's time.
Now, the best part about this, in my opinion, about this game, is the fact that it has Disney in there.
Oh yeah.
Which means there's Disney music in there.
Yes.
So, we're gonna discuss one of the things that Yoko Shimomura had to do was arrange these like songs basically. So like we're gonna hear her arrangement of Under the Sea.
Okay, so they are
as a loop.
arranged.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no vocals.
Right.
But in this, so you hear Under the Sea as you're just going around Atlantica, which I think is a strange name. I think one of the funniest things about Kingdom Hearts is how they decided to name certain worlds. Because they couldn't just say, you're going to Tarzan World. So they're like, no, you're going to the deep jungle.
Yeah.
So I'm always laughing. But it was nice when you go to Lion King. And so you go to the Pride Lands. I was like, fuck yeah. Pride Lands all the way. That's why I'm very intrigued to see what they call the Toy Story world.
Is that in 2?
What?
Pride Lands?
Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't gotten there. I was like, damn. I don't remember seeing Simba.
So good. Sora becomes a fucking lion cub, and he just rips shit up with his fucking paws. It's awesome.
Okay, I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
I haven't really even gotten to the point where I'm in the Disney Worlds into yet.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that intro in Kingdom Hearts 2 is epic.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I love that intro.
Are you talking about
Roxas, Twilight Town, yeah.
Yeah.
I truly love that intro. But once you become Sora, it's like fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could spend like a good 10 hours still as Roxas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what's so crazy about that. But, all right, so let's take a listen real quick to Under the Sea. With the classic, you know. It just makes sense.
What's that drum called again? This is just
What, the steel drum?
yeah, it's steel drum, right?
Yeah. Some people call them pan. That's where I did my study abroad in Trinidad and Tobago. I learned steel pan.
Oh,
so
cool.
we were, learning these different things. So there's certain like elements that go into making this arrangement of Under the Sea, where she decided to use a trumpet for the melody. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of the things about Caribbean music that we have going on is there was this idea that you could have with percussion. So I went to Panorama and saw like a lot of these like steel drum bands figure out their rhythm. Do you hear how this like there's this like constant 16th note in the background?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
always there, and it's this like a light, almost metal sound. We call
They
that.
also have like that seems more like a bongo.
Yeah, they have more like bongos as well. But there's like a metal instrument in the background. They call that braiding the iron over there. And they actually have 4 people doing it at a time.
Yeah, I'm hearing that tick right there. Like,
Yeah.
tick, 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 tick. Yeah.
So and they always have one person accenting a different part of the beat. So one person, I don't think it's happening here, but it's kind of from that tradition where one person's doing taka tuka taka tuka taka tuka taka tuka taka tuka, and then another person's doing gatuka gatuka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they
That's
just
kinda
keep
cool.
alternating, but so it creates this never-ending just wall of sound that's a constant grid, right, for
Yeah.
everything to fall into. So she then needed to find a way to create battle music that was like a seamless transition from that. So when you're in this world where you're swimming, actually, for the most part, which was really difficult sometimes.
I got stuck trying to find something in that level.
Oh, yeah.
And having to go around the whole map about 15 fucking times to try to find what I needed to do. Let's just say I'm not a fan of the swimming levels. But who is in gaming, right? Everybody hates the water levels.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, every time I look at a level in like a Mario game and I see if
That's the only game I've ever liked the water levels. Is the first Super Mario.
even still, I'm kind of walk in, I'm like,
But it's because the
I'll
music.
I'll do that later.
Yeah. For me, the first was the music. The music from the water level and that was always so good.
You're
And
talking
plus, it was
64?
rare. No, on the very first one, the Super Mario Bros. On the
Oh,
NES.
yeah.
And the water level in that was rare enough that you didn't see it every time. You only saw it maybe 2 or 3 times a game. So when you got to it and it had that Caribbean style music to it, it was like, okay, I can do this. This music's cool.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Super Mario Galaxy stages where the galaxy was this just stream of water.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
those?
yeah.
Oh my god, that shit was trippy.
Yeah.
But
Another fucking great game.
so let's take a listen to An Adventure in Atlantica, which is the battle music that you
Alright.
hear for Kingdom Hearts. Or for this. So you still have that backdrop.
Yeah.
So she hasn't changed the instrumentation at all, which is a nice way to just seamlessly transition from calm to battle music.
And you can still hear the melody kind of going up and down, which gives
Yeah.
it that little bit of an essence of a You
Yeah.
can still kind of hear it there too.
So she's taking this music, these motivic ideas from Under the Sea. We have the that. She just takes that one idea and just keeps transitioning the harmony to put it in her style of music. To make it actually, this is fun battle music.
Yeah.
And that's what's interesting about battling in this game is the Heartless can be really annoying sometimes to kill, but I was never like, you're never battling because it's a Disney game. It's really for kids. Nothing about this seems like daunting, like Final Fantasy battle music where it's like kill everything.
Right. That's very true. Yeah. The music isn't scary. I mean, I think it does kind of get towards the end of the game, but that's trying
Once
to
you get to Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, once
for
you get
sure.
to, yeah. I think, but you're trying to build suspense. And you want the kids to feel a little afraid there.
So she's still using the steel drums and the trumpet for the main.
But what I love about this game is having the Heartless there, and knowing that these kids care about these characters. The kids want to protect the Disney characters that they love. So it like almost gives them courage to fight these characters. to fight the Heartless, and that it's not so daunting because they know intrinsically that they want to protect the characters in paradise in the movies.
So I wanted to start a campaign, like a political campaign.
Okay.
Are you, that's okay. Hear me out. I know this is really random, but I have this dream. Okay, this fucking dream. When does this game come out? January 29th, I believe. KH3. Wait for it. January 25. 4 days earlier than I expected. Even better, you know. I have this dream that on the day Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, I can go to Disneyland and Sora is on every ride. Like, they've just been, like, building this up so that, like, when you go into Alice in Wonderland...
Didn't they just announce, or... Don't get you too hyped yet, I'm not sure. But I think they've been talking about incorporating Kingdom Hearts into Disneyland. Or maybe it was just the creator, the guys at Square, talking about how they want to incorporate into Disneyland. Because Sora is a Disney character now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
People know Sora as a Disney character. He is when I last went to Disneyland, I was so disappointed not to see any Kingdom Hearts stuff. Mm-hmm. I was expecting to.
Yeah.
I was seriously there. I was like, oh, where's Kingdom Hearts? I want to get the game. I haven't gotten it. I want to get it. They should sell it here. They should fucking sell it there at the very least, you know. But there's no Kingdom Hearts stuff there, and there really should be because that is as much of a Disney product as anything else.
Because it's like I want to be on that Alice in Wonderland slow ride, because. Here's the thing that's sort of like ruined me for Disney from like this point forward.
What if they had a Traverse Town?
Well, it's basically Toontown.
Okay.
But they should change Toontown to be less kid friendly and turn it into Traverse Town. That sounds fucking cool.
Yeah.
But I have this like whole thing in my mind. But no, shit. What was I thinking? Yeah. The reason Kingdom Hearts has ruined me for life now is that I tend to now watch Disney films. And I think to myself, we all know what happened. They didn't actually save the day. Sora was there. Donald was there. Goofy was there. They just cut those scenes out. And they made it, they're distorting history, basically.
It's either that or somebody came in from the Kingdom Hearts world and erased everybody's memories.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the Disney universe that we see in film is just an alternate reality.
Yes.
And the wrong reality. Yes, this is the real reality right here, where Sora is the savior of all things good.
Oh man, I just can't get over how good Kingdom Hearts 3 looks, though. Just seeing on the side. Compared to the first two, it looks a little dated compared to modern PS4 games, you know. But it still looks really cool. Yeah. I'm excited to see the Frozen world, and how cool do the guys look in Toy Story World when they look like wood toys. They look so fucking cool.
I do wish they had the money to get...
I thought they did.
Did they?
I thought in the trailer.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, I thought they did.
I don't think it's them. I think it's people that sound like really close.
If it is,
seeing Johnny Depp...
If it is, I'm going to say that they did a really good job for casting them because I was totally convinced it was them. I just thought it didn't seem like them because... that it felt off because there was no sound effects in the trailers.
Right.
That it was just like the talking and then the music. It felt off inherently, but I thought that the voices were actually Tim Allen and Tom Hanks.
Okay, because I know...
But I could be wrong.
I know with Port Royal and the Pirates of the Caribbean, which I'm super excited for, because again, in that, you can get a ship, and it's like Assassin's Creed 4. Actually, but seeing the rendering of Johnny Depp, which is hilarious how I don't think Johnny Depp is voicing Jack Sparrow in this, but that'd be fucking amazing.
But they have the rights to his face.
They have the look of Jack Sparrow, which is him with the makeup. So they just throw his face on there, and it looks incredible. That just blew my mind when I saw that at E3.
Yeah,
that's probably my favorite trailer thus far. But I love the Pirates of the Caribbean, so that's me.
That's true. Pirates, definitely a good movie.
So let's
at least Black Pearl.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the other 4, but.
I love the other 4.
You know what? I was perfectly okay with the most recent one because they tied it into the original trilogy.
I love that.
Yeah.
That movie was so good.
The fourth one, the Stranger Tides, I think it was called.
That was just
Penelope Cruz. That one sucked.
Yeah. I mean, just the character Jack Sparrow makes me so happy.
Barbados.
So when he was drunk in the 5th movie, robbing a bank and was in the safe, that was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's they couldn't have perfectly exemplified Jack Sparrow in one image.
Yeah.
Like, that's him failing miserably to steal a safe, except not actually failing.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they did fail. Yeah, I don't really know. So now let's quickly talk about so the next world that we're going to talk about with the original music and then the battle music is Halloween Town. So we have This Is Halloween, which is very, very similar to the way Danny Elfman.
There you go.
Same person, I'm fairly certain. Tim Burton, Danny Elfman, I've never seen them.
In the same movie together?
No, that's all I see.
Yeah.
I'm just being stupid. But it's very similar to the original. Like, clarinet is very emphasized in these with these like kind of links, which I really love because with This Is Halloween, again, we don't have the lyrics in this arrangement, but we have the essence of what makes it so Tim Burton.
Right.
That's where that is, because that's Danny Elfman in a nutshell, you know.
Also a point. The character designs for this level were fantastic.
Yeah,
I love seeing how they were transformed to fit this world.
yeah. So I believe this is in an octatonic scale. Could be wrong about that. It sounds right, but I think that's what's so fascinating about this piece is that, again, it's supposed to be it's a kids film, but it's a Halloween kids film. So we've got, that's like Tim Burton's specialty. It's like, how can I make kids terrified? It's kind of like Courage the Cowardly Dog in that sense, you know?
Right.
But there's still a lightness about it. So this has that bounce. And it's kind of funny. So it's got this comedic aspect to the music. So then when we discuss Spooks of Halloween Town, which is the battle music, again, Yoko Shimomura takes these motivic ideas from the original music, but makes it all her own. With emphasis, one of the most important aspects of that soundtrack is the accordion.
Right.
And she starts up. That's what's supplying the harmony. And so, again, she takes one little moment from the melody of the original,
but also includes a little bit of Final Fantasy with the snare rolls.
Yeah,
because that's very common in Final Fantasy battle music.
Yeah, it's still got that bounce. And big on the xylophone. That's very important. Yeah. So I know. She matched. So she. It's such a weird. I can only imagine as a composer tackling something like this, because she didn't. It's like she had some room to be her own, but in some ways she really couldn't. She had to write. She had to write in a Danny Elfman style. For all these other things, she had to write in the style of the composers that worked for the
franchises,
the films. Yeah, exactly. So she had her work cut out for her. But it's crazy because I still see an essence of her music in there.
Now, was this her first big franchise that she worked on?
I think so. She also did the music to Super Mario RPG Legend of the Stars. It's like the thing that's like the spiritual
Super Mario RPG.
Red.
Are you talking about the SNES one?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the first thing she did. No, probably not the first thing, but what is it actually called? Legend of the Seven Stars.
Yoko Shimomura.
There she is. And so, and who made this? This was Square, right?
Yes.
She'd already been involved with Square. What a weird connection there, Square.
Yeah. This was a strange kind of outlier for the Mario games at the time.
But it basically gave us Paper Mario, which is all I care.
You know which ones I actually prefer the Superstar Saga stuff. Like the one that came out.
I need to
on
play
GBA.
those too. I entirely missed that.
Yeah.
But I fucking love the music.
I mean, it plays very similar. You got the only. No, it plays very similar to the Paper Mario series. You know, you have the wheel and you click on the attack, whatever, and if you jump, you have to press A or B at the same time
Yeah.
in order to kind of double the damage.
Well, because they just released a game called Paper Jam that combines the two universes.
Oh, wow.
You know that? Yeah, so you've got Superstar Saga, Mario and Luigi, with Paper Mario.
Oh, wow. That's pretty trippy.
You thought
I did
Kingdom
not know
Hearts
that.
was convoluted. Welcome to this new world where there are different Marios.
Yeah. The cool thing about the Luigi and Superstar Saga is the overworld stuff that you have to do, because each Mario is attached to the A button, Luigi attached to the B button, and you can make each of them individually jump or jump on top of the other one and cause them to do a spin thing, which will allow them to reach areas that you couldn't before.
Yeah.
So it gives you a lot of different stuff on the overworld map as well as the battle scenes.
Right.
So I don't know. I thought those games were really cool. But yeah, to the fact that Square did that Mario RPG and Shimomura wrote the music for that. That's pretty trippy. I didn't know that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's an evolution for composers. You
And
may
then
not
she
start
and then
on what
she
you
found
expect.
herself working on Final Fantasy.
15?
Although when she wrote the music, it wasn't 15. It was still Versus 13.
Yeah, I forgot about that name.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with 13, does it?
Well, it did. It used to
did.
be. It did. It used to be part of the Fabula Novella Crystallis, which is the overall
Which is a much better name.
And the Falsi.
Which is a much better name for a terribly planned series.
Yeah, it's so too bad, because I remember in 2007, I think it was, when 13 was announced, how hyped it was, because they talked about 13. The characters look cool. That initial reveal trailer was fucking dope.
Yep.
With her going in that
That's how they get you.
the train and the gunfights and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
then they
that was
announced
pretty baller.
Agito 13, or what ended up being called what was that one? What, Type 0?
Yep.
And that one's still part of the Fabula
That's the
Novella
first one
Crystallis.
rated M,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. I
Which
have it.
I
Don't know
want to
why.
talk about those games, like that game and the
Spin-offs.
composer of that game sometime too, because that game and
Fell over.
Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII were done by the same guy, and they have also some of my favorite Final Fantasy music. And so yeah, definitely want to talk about that composer. That's the one where we could talk about the composer rather than just the game.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes we might talk about a specific game. Sometimes we might talk about a composer in their whole entirety. Like one of the
Like Danny Baranowski is one of my things I'd want to talk about. And talk about Super Meat Boy.
Oh yeah.
And
I want to
Binding
do
of Isaac. All that
yeah.
shit.
One I want to do is Christopher Tin, although he doesn't quite qualify, but he qualifies enough as far as I'm concerned.
Why doesn't he qualify?
Because the albums I want to talk about, there's only one song that's a video game, and then the rest were
fine.
based off of that.
That's
song,
fine.
So
That means that we're taking over the world still.
yes,
Because it had to follow that aesthetic.
yeah.
So, yeah. But that's another interesting concept of like starting with the piece and then building something around what was originally in a video game.
Yeah, because Baba Yetu was created for Civilization 4 back in 2000. What was it? 2004, I want to say. And
People are obsessed with that.
yeah,
Piece.
I want to say it was either 2004 or 6 or something like that.
Obsessed
And then
with
he created
I
all
like
the
it.
pieces from Calling All Dawns on top of that, around that idea, that concept, which is world fusion music with modern Western classical instruments mixed with some influences from some other instruments. Like he brought taiko in, he brought other instruments from other cultures while having the lyrics from one other culture and the song sung by a different language. So it was this kind of melding of cultures and mishmashed in together. And they created one of the most beautiful pieces that I've ever heard. So beautiful, in fact, that it's still played to this day. It was just recently performed on America's Got Talent. And that song is almost 12, almost 10 years old now. Like, that's impressive, especially for a modern composer like that. Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about Christopher Tin, especially considering he's coming out with a new album called...
So I just created.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Shut up, Jay Farrow.
Called
Just kidding, I love you.
to something flight.
Oh, yeah. Flight of Passage?
No.
Wait,
well-
that's a BT Bam thing, isn't it? I think it
No,
is.
the big song was created for Civilization 6 called Sonia de Valore, and the album itself is to shiver flight.
Flights of Passage? Where did I get that from?
I don't know. To shiver flight. Anyway, So enough about Christopher Tim because we're probably going to cut.
It's Disney related. Flight of Passage is the name of the new Avatar ride at Disney World. It comes full circle. Dude, if we see Avatar in Kingdom Hearts, I'm going to cry.
Wait, Avatar is in
Disney World.
I mean, is that James Cameron's Avatar? Or?
Yes.
That's a Disney product?
It is.
So, wow.
Everything's a Disney product.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you've seen those pictures of Mickey's face on Thanos, and he's collecting everything. He's like, Fox, okay, fucking ABC, we got it all.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, so one of the things, we've kind of shown some of the, original Disney tunes that were inspired, that inspired this different battle music. And so she had to stick in those styles, which is a great exercise for composers. Like, just to write something in a style, like, especially I've heard in, like, film music a lot.
Especially in a style that's not your own. I mean, like, there, some people have styles that just don't work with them. I know that, like, we were saying before, I don't do well with happy music. I have a hard time creating, like, happy, jaunty music.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
So, I'm always impressed when I hear, like, someone accurately recreate this in the style of this person.
All right, so let's see. I'm just taking a look at the track list because a lot of the same stuff happened, like in Deep Jungle and Tarzan's world. We got not exactly like, I don't remember hearing any Phil Collins related music in there, which pissed me off because he is my hero.
Yeah.
Other than Nobuo Uematsu.
Right, but I mean, they're not exactly the same. Not exactly comparable.
Well, I beg to differ, but no, you're right. But so you could, in Deep Jungle, you could get, you got those tribal drums a lot, and so it kind of matched the aesthetic that Phil Collins wanted to create in Tarzan. And so basically you kind of follow that throughout the whole game, Agrabah, stuff like that. But some of my favorite music is when we actually get a straight up original composition, from Yoko Shimomura. So like the music for Hollow Bastion, speaking of finally getting dark. Hang on. Oh, wait. We've got a trailer for The Meg. The Megalodon. And I skipped it.
It's the Megalodon. You gotta unmute it.
Oh, my bad. So, Hollow Bastion. This is the first music in the game that you hear that's really terrifying. Like, you've been in all these sort of kind of happy Disney worlds for a while, and then all of a sudden, we're like, nope. This is a brand new world. It's one of the last worlds you're going to be in, and I'm going to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And so we got
definitely has
full
the
orchestral
staccato violins going back and forth.
Yeah, we got a nice little measured tremolo happening with the strings just kind of going through. She does a lot. The strings in her orchestrations really, they're either, creating arpeggios, or they are the lead instrument providing the melody. But there's something here. What do you think it is that makes this so?
I'm gonna say it's
daunting.
It's the
choir.
Yeah, it's the choir behind it mixed with the probably the
chimes. The chimes every now and then. It's like for whom the bell tolls.
Yeah.
We finally get this like.
Is that Pitt's violin or is that like viola?
Oh, I think that's just harp. Harp doing like a Pitts, like a muted pluck, kind of like a palm mute.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's what it's doing that on the harp. No, you're right. You're right. That's definitely could be second violin. It's doing a pizzicato there in the background.
But the very moody melody of it that's going on is kind of nebulous.
It's very nebulous, and that's just it. I don't think I tend to believe that this piece does not have a melody, except for when you get the whatever the hell it is. And it's just this cascading harmony ostinato that can just go on and on forever.
Yeah.
And there's like an organ in the background that I can't quite place. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like I heard it.
And it just has this very stuttering effect. And so quite smoothly, now when she's doing battle music for Hollow Bastion, she has to match that whole thing. So then we get into
Which is kind of cool because now that she has to
di notte.
do it to her own piece.
Scherzo di notte. So we get the... And now this is probably my favorite music from this game.
I love the tone of the piano.
Di notte. Yeah, the piano's just kind of like brum, brum, just laying down this bass line. It's raucous, and we get this muddy sound. And it's very dissonant. And it's more of a... And it's a scherzo, right? So what is a scherzo? Well, a scherzo is typically a playful piece of music. So she's even acknowledging that this is still a Disney-related game, and it has to be playful in some way.
Yeah.
But this is almost something like where she's trying to match this to, like, this kind of aesthetic that I imagine with Fantasia, you know, and how we get Night on Bald Mountain, which actually happens in the game at the end. Did you beat it, right?
The first
So
one,
you know that with that Night on Bald Mountain moment. Yeah. Where you're fighting that giant gargoyle. I don't even remember why that happens. So there's some boss battle. It's like the final boss of Final Fantasy IX. Like, where the fuck did you come from? It's just like, we needed to throw him in the game. Why not? But here's the example where the string...
There's a game to talk about. Transistor.
Yeah. Pay no attention
I know.
to the side. But, yeah, so we get this very... It's more melodic this time.
Yeah.
And this transitions so seamlessly. When I was in Hollow Bastion, because I got stuck on that section a lot when I was a kid, just failing miserably. Also getting stuck on that one scene that you could not skip cutscenes in the original.
No, you could not.
So there's a moment in the original Hollow Bastion where you have to fight Riku because he's being a little piece of shit. Obsessed with dark side or whatever. Not dark side. No. He became heartless. Can't confuse Star Wars in this one.
I know.
But it's same generic concept. And
although maybe
the cutscene was like.
So what happens when they actually do introduce Star Wars into Kingdom Hearts? And then you have the dark side, and then
don't
you
say
have
this
the
to me. Stop. I'm not listening. I'm not listening. That was my first thought when Disney bought Star Wars. I was like, if I see a Star Wars world in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm just not buying it. And I will tell you what, the one thing I will be okay with, you know, it'd be awesome.
No.
A lightsaber keyblade.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be cool. Just a hint of it.
Exactly. You know, just enough to say, like, yes, we're rich. We get it. We control everything in Hollywood. So
now, why would a Star Wars world not work? Is it more fear of ruining Star Wars, or or
they've already done that in some ways. But I'm more intrigued.
They've been doing that since 2001.
I'm more intrigued in this idea of just keeping Kingdom Hearts that pure Disney.
Okay.
Like, there's already certain things where I've been kind of like about.
Yeah, they don't think they've introduced Marvel either.
My favorite part, for instance, of Kingdom Hearts thus far is when you go back in time and you're doing the Steamboat Willie thing in Kingdom Hearts 2. I was like, it's so classic. And then
that's cool.
Because Pete, you know, is the main bad guy in Kingdom Hearts 2. And
part of Organization 13?
No, this dude.
Oh, is he the bald dude with the goat?
Yes. Pete.
I've seen that.
Disney. And he's in like Goof Troop and shit.
Oh, him.
You know Pete.
Oh, yeah.
And this is him, dude, with the most badass fucking outfit ever.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I was thinking of somebody else.
Okay, yeah, no, so that's Pete, and he's like, that's another thing. When they introduced Pete, I was like, he is a classic antagonist in just straight up Disney Mickey related things. It just felt right. So we were starting to get like more of this connection. And to me, Star Wars started as LucasArts, not Disney.
Right.
It wasn't born out of this world. And even technically, all the worlds you go to, like Alice in Wonderland, fucking, let's see, what else? Well, they're all based on non-original concepts.
Well, yeah.
You know, the
Little
fairy
Mermaid
tales.
wasn't.
Fairy tales.
Pinocchio
They're
wasn't.
all these Hans Christian Andersen stories. A lot of them are, and Frozen as well. So I just really love those moments.
It's the real Frozen then.
Well, I'm sure. It's real bad. But I know, like, I love that pure Disney. And so seeing what they're going for thus far with the different things, I'm glad they added Pixar. That's about as far as I would go.
Yeah.
'Cause technically, that's still not Disney.
Well, they were bought out pretty early in there.
And that's what all of the publishing happened on. So it's
Yeah.
kind of synonymous with Disney.
Yeah.
It's kid friendly.
I mean, now since when was it? Was it Toy Story or was it after Toy Story? When
What?
Disney bought them? No, it was before Toy Story, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I thought it was recent, the Pixar being bought.
Because I could have swore it was Disney Pixar, or I could have swore watching Toy Story and seeing the Disney symbol in the at the beginning. So I figured that they were owned by Disney. I could be totally off base though. Let's get back to
They are
Kingdom
now,
Hearts.
but
Yeah.
I mean, but it all relates because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, this is topical because I love Kingdom Hearts and I've been waiting for 15 years.
It's really been 15.
I've
Since
been-
2, right?
Hmm?
Since 2.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, it came out in 2004.
Ooh,
I remember that day
I mean, like,
vividly.
it's not like that. I think we've been waiting exclusively for 15 years for it because you've had Birth by Sleep, you've had Dream Drop Distance, and a few of other ones. But those are side stories.
I like
and-
Dream Drop. Dream Drop was fun. It felt real. It felt right. But the battle system is just getting.
I couldn't play it because it was on 3DS,
Yeah.
and I didn't really. I don't play. I hate games where they're 3D and they don't give you proper control of the camera. Where they try to emulate the control by like giving you
Gotcha.
the option of doing it with the left and right stick or whatever,
Right.
left and right directional pad buttons, like they did in Monster Hunter on the PSP. A fucking awful camera.
Oh, let's not get started on cameras in video games
Yeah.
because there's some camera stuff that happens in Kingdom Hearts that's pretty bad and has murdered me, especially on Hollow Bastion. Some of those platforming moments in Hollow
yeah,
Bastion, I was
yeah.
like, why? I just went through a whole swarm of enemies. Now I got to do it again.
Yeah, because
And I'm probably going to miss that jump again. So it's like I'm going through this battle realizing, oh shit,
Yeah,
I'm going to have to do it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, that's basically what I wanted to cover.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I wasn't really going into this with full knowledge of this game, so I kind of had you take the lead on this episode.
I am
for
the
it.
obsessed.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So,
truly obsessed.
If you're good on that, I am too. But I guess in closing, I do like this game, and I think the music is fantastic. Yoko Shimomura did a great job on the soundtrack. Obviously, it landed her. It gave her a lot of acclaim. She got brought up to the big leagues to do Final Fantasy, and then also to go back and do Kingdom Hearts 3. So good on her. Good on this game, man. They brought something special to the world with this game. That's for sure. You know, being able to combine the two monoliths, one of gaming and one of movies.
I'm just going to end this podcast by saying, whenever you want to thank somebody for Kingdom Hearts, you should thank little 8-year-old Christian for thinking out loud. Hey Tori, it would be great if we combined Final Fantasy and Disney. Then a week later, you had it.
Yeah, because
it
in
was
that
ready,
week,
man.
in that week, the creators heard his cries
Yep. Mhm.
and created
Absolutely.
a video game in that small span of time.
Oh, and it was cries too. I cried a lot when I was a kid because I wasn't getting the games that I craved.
Yeah.
But that all changed me. Of course, I will say, waiting 15 years for this game, basically, one of my professors at UCR has told me that waiting for this game has stunted my growth as a person. So if you feel like you're also in that category, I feel good about it. I'm okay with it. Forever child, that's what's up.
Who said that?
Chagas.
Stunted your growth as a person.
Yeah.
All right, man. Chagas is a damn, that guy's savage.
It was a joke.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Well, this has been our gaming fanfare about Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
And I'm Christian Clark.
I'm Tyler Sampson, and we will see you next time where we talk about Austin Wintry's journey.
Oh yeah. Persona.
Son of a bitch.
We're gonna be talking about.
Let's do this again. I'll cut it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just like all of a sudden, just look serious for the cut. Okay. So, what did I say? All right. I'm Christian Clark, and this has been our gaming fanfare podcast about Kingdom Hearts. The laughter makes no sense. You gotta leave it in there. It's so good. It's so good.
All right. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Persona 5. All right, so Persona 5, stick with us. Come see us next week. We're going to have a guest on this panel.
Yes, another
buddy from UCR, I believe, right?
graduate, Kevin Leverenpanish. I don't say that right, so I just call him DJ Levan Panic.
All right.
And peace.